yeah, it pulls.
It's really the refinement Ford put into it.
Exactly.
You go from yours, which is a 5th generation, and you go to mine, which is a 5.5 generation, and it's just totally different.
Yeah, it is just night and day, seriously. Because when you drive a 2005 through 09 Mustang, what you get is almost like an analog experience. You know,
it is very mechanical. You can feel it in the steering wheel. You can feel it in the gear shifter. It's almost like you're playing a video game.
Yeah.
And even last night I was driving around, it felt like a video game.
Because when my car came out, there was no Camaro. There was, but you had to go in from a previous year. Challenger had not come back to life, so Ford had no competition. But then when this car came out, Ford did have competition. The SS is out, the RT is out. This car is a representation of
Ford getting their shit together.
The beauty of capitalism.
And what's interesting to note though is that this model, being an 11, is still a live axle, still a straight axle, whereas the 5th generation Camaros are independent at that point.
And it doesn't feel like it at all.
Not one bit. It could probably still, I don't know if it can outhandle a 5th generation, I'll have to find out. But
so enough raving. That Mustang is identical to my own. That was very strange.
Okay.
So what is your least favorite thing about this car? There's got to be something you just don't like.
The transmission. It's an MT82, and there's a lot of problems with that transmission.
Oh boy.
I got an extended warranty bumper to bumper, so honestly I'm not too worried about it, but that'd probably be the least favorite. I mean, it shifts perfectly. It's buttery smooth, it's not a far throw, it's effortless, but every now and then you'll get a rejection going into a gate. Or every now and then
you'll go into reverse when you thought you were in
once you get used to it, that's a little bit different. But the biggest thing really is the clackiness. Every now and then it's not buttery smooth, and you can hear the gear shift, and it sounds like it's almost out of oil, to be honest with you.
Absolutely. I mean,
but I'm not really worried about it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the transmission is not without fault, but I'm in 6th right now, and it's pulling like my 05 does in 5th, and I have 410 gears on there. So just, think about that.
As far as I know, these are stock 331s.
Wow.
And the crazy thing about this transmission is that, you know, normal 5-speed or even 6-speeds, let's say you can go there. If first through 4th are your drive gears, and 4th is usually your 1-to-1 ratio, and then you have 2 overdrives. This car, your 1-to-1 is in 5th gear. So you're in 5th gear right now, and you're pulling because your engine transmission RPMs are the exact same. I only have 1 overdrive, which is there.
Yeah, which is right there. It's absolutely phenomenal. I mean,
so you pull 1 through 5.
This is a shifter that, like I said, represents the fact that there's actual competition going on right now. I mean, Ford has to deliver this time.
It's a personification of Ford themselves and what era they were in and what they were thinking in their competition.
Absolutely.
Their brakes are pretty freaking good.
Oh, they
are. See, as you go around this turn, you don't really have too much feeling of the car in the steering wheel, but it's just effortless. It feels like you're playing a video game, like a G27 and a set of Corsa or some shit.
Yeah, Logitech, something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is very interesting, and it just it's such a weird feeling to know that I'm in a Mustang right now, because every other Mustang I've driven is older than this, and therefore
and 4.6 power hydraulic steering, all that good stuff.
Oh yeah.
And at first, I'll be honest, go no power, and then here it goes all the way, all the way. There it is.
So anyway, I'm at like 7,000 RPM,
and that's insane.
That is unbelievable.
That is insane. Yep, there's those cross-drilled and slotted rotors.
And they are unbelievably just
perfect.
Excellent. It is just, I feel more secure in this car at 45 miles an hour.
In Mexico.
Yeah, in Mexico.
There he is.
Than I would at any other speed in my Mustang, because again, this is just so much more refined. This is, I hate to say this because it sounds very sacrilegious as a Mustang owner, but this is a Mustang that feels like it was made by BMW. It was made by Audi.
It has that European feel to it. Even looking around the interior, it has that European feel to it.
It sure does. And
it's a 4-year-old car. It only has 20,000 miles. So I mean, a little more than 50,000 or 5,000 a year.
I mean, you can
tell.
If I'm in my car, I brake hard and turn hard at the same time. Yeah, my wheels are going to be hopping and skipping. That doesn't happen in here. There's so much confidence.
Still a straight axle. Still a straight axle.
And no one talks about this. Every time you hear people talk about this generation as a whole, S197 from 05 to 14, they say all of them are just unrefined, clunky. No, this is the
5.5 gen is so different. It should be the 6th generation, personally.
Exactly. But it is just such a different beast. It is so refined, and no one gives it that type of credit.
The crazy thing is that know, for a 5.0 dual overhead camera, whatever, it still revs up to 7,500 RPM for a V8, and you still have power going all the way up almost to the red line. I'm not used to that. I'm a Camaro Chevy guy. I'm used to push rods, down low end torque, shift to 55 because you don't have nothing else to cost.
So you switched.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This is the first time I've ever owned a Ford. The only reason why I did is because I test drove 15, 14, a couple others, and it was so you felt that clunkiness?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
I don't know if the camera picked it up, but there's definitely a little like yeah.
It sounded like it's almost out of oil or something, but it's not.
Something strange like that.
Anyway.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
And so given all that, I mean, this car has got to have some level of persuasion to make a Chevy guy buy it.
And I'll tell you that. I'll tell you what. I went and test drove an SS, and I didn't like the interiors, even a 2SS. There's the leather package and everything.
Yeah.
And I didn't like it. And so I went right over here to this local Ford, JC Lewis, and I was like, do you have any GTs on lot? So I got in one. It was a 15 GT, and I'll tell you what, that was the most comfortable car I've ever been in. Wow. So then I went to a 14, which is still this generation, 5.5. And it was even more comfortable, and I actually liked the interior a little bit better. So I started driving around, testing around, whatever, and I finally found this car, and it's like, this is probably the perfect car for me. And it's weird coming from a Chevy guy.
Yeah,
you know,
because this is really stuff I haven't heard from any Chevy guys. So would you recommend this?
Yes, as of now, I think if you're looking
GT 500. How about that? Yeah, folks, if you thought this car was fast, just wait until
I just threw everything back in perspective, you know. But I mean, yeah, I'd recommend this car.
Yeah.
I got the car because I travel a lot, especially on the highway. I had a truck, so I needed good gas mileage. And I had 3 requirements: rear-wheel drive, stick, and V8.
There we go.
I mean, that kind of closes out the segment.
The holy trinity right there, yeah. Absolutely.
I didn't like the Camaro. I'm not going to go Challenger, so I figured I might as well look at the Ford, and they got me.
Obviously, it's like, for me, you know, it was more of a, more because I was just a lifelong Ford fan, because that's just what I grew up with, and I'm a simple person. But,
yeah, my family grew up on Toyotas.
Really?
Going to American was sacrilegious almost for them.
This is a good call then, huh?
Yeah. I mean, this is my 12th vehicle, so they kind of got over it real quick. And I was paying for everything anyway. I was in kind of the used car, so it's been business, flipping, repairing. That's how I worked my way up to it.
Well, that's nice. So you're one of those pull yourself up by your bootstraps car.
Yeah, it's not. I might be from East Cobb, but
yeah. Oh, this guy's from the rich part of Atlanta, the part that the rappers don't mention.
The part that Marta doesn't go up to.
The part where, like, if you're from it and you tell people, "Oh, I'm from Atlanta," they'll be like, "Did you get shot?"
Yeah.
Like, no, I live in
the East Cobb, gentrified area.
So fancy. Oh man, yeah. But all in all, this car, I would highly recommend it. Again, it just does not get the credit it deserves for being as refined as it is. Obviously, it's not without fault.
I almost lost it. I almost lost it all.
Oh no! Yeah,
I almost pulled out in front of us.
Oh my goodness, yeah. Come on, Grandpa, what are you doing?
Right.
So now that we're not dead and that we're in the 2011 Mustang GT, we can confidently say that it is the car for you if you like some potent performance and just a good bang for your buck. What is this, like 410 horsepower stock?
Some 420, 410, somewhere around there.
Yeah, somewhere around
all the estimates are off.
How much did you pay for it?
The car on the lot as it sat for 22,000 miles. It was on the lot for 25, and with bonus incentives and everything, I got about 19, 20 out of my truck, so I just paid the difference.
That is just an excellent deal for a machine like this. I mean, cars like these.
And it had the Roush cold air intake. It had drill and slotted rotors. It had what else did it have? The Roush, I guess it was a racing cab. I've been told it has the chin strap. It has the side skirts and the diffuser, muffler delete, as I'm sure everybody's heard.
Oh yeah.
A couple of other things too. The headlights are aftermarket. The fog lights are aftermarket. Everything is, and there's 2-year 30,000 mile bumper to bumper warranty that comes included with this. So.
Yeah, with a package like that, it's hard to say no.
It's really hard to say no, especially coming from a 10-mile-gallon truck.
Oh yeah. On
stock tires.
So there you have it, folks. The 2011 Ford Mustang GT on unedited.
Get you one of them. I have to throw in the whole redneck thing.
Oh man. Yeah, the Georgia had to come out eventually.
Somewhere. You should do a dig. As long as there's nobody in front of us. Oh hell yeah, do a dig.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody's gonna be back here. Just get on the left lane because it's minutes.
Like a quarter mile with a turn.
Yeah, and just take it to red line all the way.
What RPM can you use?
I would do it at probably about 2.5.
Yes.
Maybe a little higher. Perfect. Perfect.
Wow, and it has the quality of a short throw shifter, but it is stock, and it has a longer throw.
And see, you're going that fast, and you know we only went hit 45.
Yes.
But I mean, the steering wheel, you still felt like you were almost gliding.
Yes, absolutely.
It felt like it was a video game. I was playing Forza with the G27.
Absolutely.
But then you look ahead and you're like, oh god, if I make the wrong move, I'm in the ditch.
I know, right?
I'm dead.
I am in a little bit of trouble given that this is not my car.
Yeah, or
and I lost control at 45 miles an hour. And you know, it's this car. I'm glad that you mentioned that. It's something I forgot to mention at the beginning of this. It's just that it just effortlessly glides.
It goes.
Back. Yeah.
There's no effort. There's no having to real quick. You know, hope to God you can get up to speed before this or that. No.
Oh my goodness. And it just flies. It just goes like hell.
And when you think you're supposed to shift at red line, no, you still got another 1,000 or 2 to go.
Exactly. That's
you look down and you're like, oh no, red line, keep going, and it still pulls up to red line. I am not used to that.
Oh my goodness, it just gets better and better.
Because in Camaros, you know, the red line's about 6,500, but the power drops off about 55, and if you go any further, you're just going to lose. So you got to shift way early, and that's why I was doing around Mark.
Yeah.
And Mark was taking the red line, so I'm like,